torch. Pretty exciting. How many out there would like to have carried the torch for the Olympics or would like to someday? Me too. I could do it again tomorrow. 776 BC, they had actually more of a religious festivity of the Olympic Games. And it was in Olympia, Greece. It was in honor of Zeus, who they believed to be the god or the father of all gods and goddesses. The name of Byron Pierre de Coubertin came up with the idea of having the modern Olympic Games. In 1896, the first Olympic Games in Athens, Greece. The flag that is flown, and you'll see at the back table there, you'll see the rings, the 5 rings. The 5 rings is significant for the 5 continents that are represented in the Olympic Games. We have Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America. And the colors represent at least one color of all the flags in the world. The flag is for friendship and peace, and the white background is purity and peace. It's kind of neat too when you think back of some of the special heroes that I'm sure all of you have special heroes through the Olympics, not just this year, but different ones you can recall, certain years that a name really stands out. What are the favorites you have out there? Just yell them out. Mary Lou Retton, and she did it for gymnastics, right. Who else? Katarina Witt, and what did she do? Ice skating. Yeah, amazing. And I know this last Olympics there were people that won more than one, and it's just beyond my imagination because of the dedication, the perseverance, the sacrifices. So many things go into those athletes that participate, far beyond, unless you know someone personally, far beyond than anyone can really imagine or understand. Has anybody heard of Acomba, California? And when the torch actually came into California, that was the first city it hit, was Acomba. Do you know that the first Olympics in the United States was held right here in California in 1932? That was the beginning of an 8-year span of Olympics throughout the United States. So it's been here 8 times in the United States, twice in California, 1984 and 1932. What did I leave out that just inquiring minds want to know? Anything? Yes? I didn't have some of the tragedies, thank God, of some of the people that ran. There were people, survivors of 9/11. There were relatives of 9/11. There were people that were survivors of testicular cancer and different forms of diseases. In fact, I'm told that one man actually ran and died not too long afterwards. He had a disease, but he was determined he was going to run. You know, an interesting side note, too, the oldest runner. You guys want to guess who the oldest, and I shouldn't say run because it wasn't always taken that way. You want to guess how old the oldest person was? 93, that would be old. No, actually it was 104. 104. A man by the name of George Firestone. George Firestone did it on January the 13th before it entered California. He's from Scottsdale, Arizona. I don't know all the particulars about him because the press didn't cover that. What was interesting is this lady by the name of Sarah McLennan from Columbus, Ohio. Now she was a determined lady. She broke her hip, she broke her shoulder, and she trained and was determined that she was going to carry that torch when she was selected. And she did. Half of it was by wheelchair, and the other half was by walker. Pretty amazing. Now I don't know the youngest, and I'm sure a lot of you would like to know that, but I think the youngest that they allow is 12 years old. The youngest in history prior to this one was 12 years old. So that's kind of the span. Yes?
You started in Newport Beach.
Yes, and I ran up to the top of the hill.
And 1/10 of a mile.
2/10.
2/10 of a mile, and you were all 11,000 runners?
11,500. It was a big party.
Going east to Salt Lake City, or did you have a bunch coming from the East Coast?
Well, the interesting thing was it went through 46 states, but it traversed back and forth because it covered 13,500 miles in a 65-day span, starting in Atlanta, Georgia. First time ever in Alaska, going back and forth 13,500 miles in the 65-day period, averaging 208 miles a day with approximately 12 hours of movement a day. Pretty awesome, huh? One last thing I wanted to mention to you. It also was transferred by train, 3,500 miles by train, by dog sled, by skier, which you'll see in the video, by skater, by prairie schooner, by boat, by plane. Some people walked, some people ran, some people were in wheelchairs. You couldn't take a dog unless you were blind. They're also co-runners. They have the same outfit I have, except they're blue. And they were alongside of you in case for some reason you couldn't fulfill the task. Thank you very much.
I did the carry in Newport Beach, up Dover and Cliff. So out of all of the places that there were, I think I was the only one with the hill. You're carrying the torch of unity, multicultural unity of people that are striving to achieve success.
It was a very patriotic and noisy crowd.
They actually nominated people that were inspiring, and I guess he thought I was inspiring.
She says she was overwhelmed with joy when she found out she was one of the chosen few to run with the torch.
I could not believe it. I truly could not believe it.
Says the feeling she got while running with the torch is like no other.
It is just an awesome, unbelievable experience. Unbelievable.
The Olympic Torch will make its way through a number of other cities before it reaches its destination in Salt Lake City, Utah, where the Olympic Games begin February 8th. For KLON, I'm Jeff Malenka in Newport Beach.